Hello, this is my functional walkthrough of my single player map, Sealed Church. So, we start the player off in this relative safe area where they get a good viewpoint of what's to come. You'll see that I added these bars which entail that, hey, the player can't go here, he needs a silver key. So, obviously only has one direction he can go. We see two enemies right here. Started off. This is good for the player because it introduces the player to danger while being in an open space, but the danger is contained. So as soon as the player shoots, the enemy will fight back, or if he walks around, the enemies will start fighting back. Normally it won't go that smoothly. Usually the enemies will shoot back. Then we baited the player to walk over here to grab the shotgun, and they see a key. Even if they didn't, they would end up walking this way, seeing the shotgun, grabbing the shotgun, and then seeing the key. So, we see a key, there's nothing happening yet. I have a trigger set up right here for this enemy. So the moment I get close to the key, I start getting zapped by the enemy. Now, the player got a good viewpoint before he started getting shot at by the enemy. Even then, the sound cue should have been more than enough for the player to turn around. Unless the player's not wearing headphones, but pretty sure after getting shot at, the player would turn around, thanks to the red hit markers. So now that we got the silver key, the player knows where to go from before. And that would be over here. So I bait the player to look this way and see what's in the future by dropping these ammo and health packs just in case the player did take some damage. So we see a gold key, a monster, well, a monster knight guy. But yeah, that's for the future us. We don't have to deal with that. Same with this. The player could deal with this now, but I'm pretty sure the player would feel more comfortable pressing the button. Yeah, it's a toggle button. Pressing the button and then seeing the armor to grab. Now, there is an explosive thing over there. We'll get to that. But the armor to grab. And right now, what looks like the better option? I would like to say that this looks like the better option than fighting these guys. So, there's a trigger set to close the door. And then when the player walks over here, he's in all the enemy's viewpoints. Ooh, man. I might have to repeat that. It's kind of loud. So, yeah. So when the player walks over here to grab the armor, he's in all the enemy's viewpoints and not just the one standing up there. So, the player will be in a firefight. Now, I did not shoot this because I straight up forgot that it was there while trying to explain everything. But, yeah. Shooting this will allow the player to kill like 4 of the enemies, 2 grunts and the 2 dogs. If done right. If the player feels like he wants to go back, I gave them this toggle door to fight them if they want, but I'm pretty sure that the player would keep progressing forward. And if they don't, it's kind of like an open-esque non-linear path. Well, it is linear because if they go that way, they're going to hit a dead end. But if they go this way, they're going to see a health pack to restock, get baited by a sound cue. Yeah. And then we can move forward here. We can walk up. We see that. So, a lot of players will typically choose the right path from the findings of I can't remember who recorded this, but Romero or Carmack said that players typically take the path on the right, so this will further entice them to take that path. It's a lightning gun. So, we see what's to come up there. We see it's the button from earlier that we were staring at from down here. And then we press the button, we see this door go up. So, it's a form of progression for us what the player doesn't see is that there's a door up there that actually opened up that houses enemies, and when you step like 4 blocks up right there, the enemies will gain line of sight of you and then drop down. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good surprise attack. Man, this lightning gun's kind of strong. Honestly, that's what made me put armor in that other room, because before these guys would just straight up kill me. Then we press the button to open the door. Now we're gonna fight the enemies from earlier, and that one night that was in front of the gold key. Now I did give the player like 1 piece of cover, because this is a very straight path where the whole enemy just gets funneled into you. Yeah. Now that we got the gold key, we could go to this door which was previously locked. From earlier, like I was saying, if the player chose to go straight down this path, he would just fight the enemies and then get stuck at this door, which requires a gold key. And then they would have to loop back around. And then this would be the final area. This is some sort of churchish looking area. We see a rocket launcher, which invites the player in, and a button which has a colored door in front of it, which does the same thing. So we see the door go up, and then all of a sudden we're in a very big fight. So that knight looks like he's stuck in a door right now, which might be the case, or stuck in a wall. So I'll just have to move him a bit. There's more monsters up on top. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, well that's the ending of my map. Right over there, that's the exit. Underneath that blue door that I pushed up. There's a next level right underneath that. So, man, I did not expect to die like that. That's. Whew. All right. You know that. I think that went over pretty well. We made it to the end. My map, I feel, is a little on the tough end, especially the ending, and this hallway. That hallway up there, where the golden key is, I died there so many times, but I believe that adding the armor helps. I think I need a health drop somewhere. But yeah, well, I'll see after play testing. But I think this is pretty good. And that's a walkthrough of Steel Church.